Hey friends, we will start the workout in just a couple minutes. Still waiting for some um, more people to join. Give me just a second. Checking the streaming software. Yes, friends, welcome. It's Friday again, which means it's time for another workout. And today's topic is, hopefully you can, by the way, see me and hear me, okay? Give me fire in the chat if everything is nice and dandy, and I hope it is. And the topic of today, each Friday we have a separate topic to discuss, to dive deeper into. And the topic for today is how to stay fit working remotely. And today is the first time we're doing this double stream. So you can join the vertical stream for those of you prefer who give preference to shorts or vertical streaming, and we're also streaming horizontally. Those of you in the horizontal stream will be able to see all the visual cues and music and sound and everything. For those of you in the vertical stream, unfortunately, there is gonna be only me, myself and I, which is not bad at all. And I will still walk you through everything, so there is still value, but in order to get the full experience, go switch to the horizontal stream, which has much more, which is a bit more informative. But your choice, at least now you have it, and I see someone is already online and sending reactions. Well, much love to all you people joining and supporting this show. So, what's the deal with working remotely and being fit? And if we think about this topic for a second, what does it actually even mean? Am I like I'm a software developer. I'm an engineering manager for like 2 decades, and there are a bunch of people like me around the world. A lot of you are one way or the other working at the office setting, right? And the question is, like, I am a regular office worker. Does that mean I'm not fit? Well, maybe you are, I don't know. But today I will just give you a couple things to consider about how this modern office culture, and same thing goes, of course, for your home office culture, quote unquote. How does this thing affect your body, and how does it in turn translate into your performance, or like cognitive performance and brain performance and wellness in general, or the lack of thereof? Okay, because I think modern lifestyles is doing ourselves a pretty huge disservice, and all the environment seems to be somehow developed to make us weaker or less healthy, and eventually force us to use those medical services and other things which we don't want to use, of course. And today's topic is basically the goal of today's masterclass is to figure out, like, pinpoint those problems caused by modern office work and remote work culture, and how to counteract them effectively so that you stay injury-free and your mobility is in place. You can still do stuff in your real life without like collapsing or having back pain or your elbows hurting, your knees hurting. So basically stay healthy overall, injury-proof yourself, and also counteract those problems that modern office culture and the sedentary lifestyle causes to us. So let's get started. Let me just briefly check if the stream is going on just fine, and pull up my notes, which I do have here. So yeah, first of all, let's discuss what are those problems caused by sedentary lifestyle and specifically the office culture and the remote work culture. There are a number of really simple rules that you can actually apply or start implementing already today that will change your game in this office culture like forever. Those are really simple things, and if you are guys interested, let me know in the chat, and I will put up a PDF for you. Just those, main game changers, how you can rearrange your desk, for example, and how to go about your shoes and standing or sitting and all that stuff. We're not going to be talking about this today because the goal of today is to just make you aware that this is what's happening to your body and how to counteract it with fitness tools, through fitness. So one of the biggest problems is posture collapse, of course. So we're sitting, staring at our screens, so our shoulders round up naturally to accommodate this posture. Even those of you using standing desks, I always see that it doesn't go like you're not standing like this. So this is how you should be standing. Or there is actually like a number of tricks you can play around your standing desk to unload your spine. And the more natural curve to your spine you have, the more vertical your spine is, the less load it experiences, given that you have a strong core, of course. So what usually happens, I see it all the time, every day. So the person is sitting first, and then they are like having this hunched posture, which also kind of, if your monitor is not elevated to the eye level, then it also contributes to the forward head posture, which makes it even worse. So now you not only have these rounded shoulders and rounded back, but then also you have a forward head posture, which makes it like look terrible. Some kind of a, it doesn't look like a human anymore. So yeah, and this sitting itself, the thing that we're sitting all day, and we're sitting in the cars, well, commuting to and from work, and then we're sitting all day in our chairs, or mostly sitting. That makes your hip flexors really tight, because since your legs are always in this 90 position, hip flexors get used to being short. And the way to counteract that is, of course, to first stretch them so that they elongate and allow your hips to have this nice upright posture. And then you have to also strengthen them. But strengthening them is often neglected. but we will do it today, and I will give you a couple exercises for that. And having considered this for a while, you have this shortened hip flexors, so that when you stand up and your leg is, you are trying to strengthen your leg and stand up, having short hip flexor actually makes your hips tilt forward when you straighten your leg. That contributes to this Donald Duck butt. So that makes your butt stick. And then we compensate for it by making this arch in our lower back. So this Donald Duck butt is actually the direct way of our body, the only way our body has to counteract this pelvic tilt. Okay, so if you stretch your hip flexors and strengthen them, you will counteract this thing. Now, rounded shoulders. This basically makes your back muscles relax. And your shoulders are also not doing any work. You are typically having your wrists on the table. So your shoulder stability suffers immediately, and your back muscles become weaker and weaker. Same goes for your lower back muscles because of this sitting. Another big impact of sitting is weak glute muscles. And if you think that your glute muscles, the only role of your glute muscles is to be beautiful, which of course is a big thing, right? But the main role of your bum muscles is to make you stand all the way upright and not having this pelvic tilt, so that your body is a straight line if you look at yourself sideways. And the weak glutes, like I said, in conjunction with tight hip flexors, contribute to all of those weird ways we, screw up our spine. So to counteract this hunched posture and forward neck posture, the right way to do it is to, of course, start exercising your back muscles so that they naturally bring your shoulder blades together when you stand and open up your chest. And then also do some kind of a pressing motion, ideally overhead press, which is this motion is not present in our lives anymore, unfortunately. So having this, improving this shoulder stability and shoulder joint mobility is crucial to maintaining long-term strength and like functional strength and mobility and flexibility in this area. And then exercising this, doing this pressing or overhead pressing motion also makes your upper back muscles, like your traps and rhomboids, to do the work, and that will naturally allow or make it easier for you to fix this zombie neck. And this neck mobility is a separate kind of thing, and we're gonna be having video coming up this week about this long form video coming up about this neck mobility and the actual exercise routine for neck mobility for improving blood flow to your brain, because this is what it does. When you have this neck in a weird forward position, it actually, like those capillaries and those blood vessels bringing oxygen to your brain, which needs it to function, they become weaker and thinner and thinner. And eventually what happens, you start like noticing this brain fog and limitations to your cognitive performance without even realizing that a simple thing as a neck mobility routine, just a bunch of exercises, will change the game for you in terms of how much less brain fog you have, how more straight you think, and how better it gets, like making those difficult decisions or solving complex problems in your daily life. But this is a separate thing. Like I said, we're gonna be having a long-form video about that this week. So consider subscribing if you don't want to miss it. Now, posture is only one component of how this office culture screws up our bodies. And the second big component is that your metabolism shuts down. And of course, naturally, if you're not moving around, if you're not using your body, use it or lose it. You know that saying, right? So if you're not using your body, you start losing muscles. And the aging is actually mainly this sarcopenia, which is loss of muscles in your body, so degradation of your body muscles. And so what you're doing by not moving your body is you're contributing to this faster aging. And of course you will, by losing muscle, of course it makes you weaker and weaker as a human being. So it makes you less and less functional as a person. So this is the second big thing. So you are losing muscle and your metabolism shuts down. First of all, it starts to conserve energy because you don't need so much to move around so much. So it starts conserving energy. So you don't need that much energy. But since your energy intake is typically stays the same, you start gaining weight over time. And the first, it's like creeps up on you. So it just starts slowly, but in 5 years, you see that, okay, this is some kind of a disaster. How could I gain so much weight? So yeah, this is the second thing. So metabolism shuts down, you lose muscle, your posture is ruined. Now, yeah, this energy crashes we have already touched upon. So this evening crash, if you think that this is something that happens to everyone, you're terribly wrong. This is not how it should be. And constant energy levels is one of the first things to fix itself when you start exercising your body. First thing you will notice is this better blood sugar regulation, which will lead eventually to this more stable energy levels throughout the day. So this afternoon crash will eventually go away if your sleep is on point. And again, all those things are interconnected. And of course, you need proper recovery and proper, like, more or less clean eating patterns. And of course, we don't have time for everything today. But what you can easily do is you can scan this QR code or go follow a link in the description and download this free fitness guide that I have made for you guys. And it's completely free. It's pretty long, but everyone can pick what they really need today. And it has been specifically designed for those of you in technology companies, so office workers, designers, entrepreneurs, digital nomads, software developers, and so on, like product managers, project managers. I love you people, you are my tribe. I have written the entire book for you and made it completely free because this is how I fixed myself and this is how I can fix every and any one of you. So don't miss out on that thing while it's still available. Go grab yourself a copy. And yeah, and the last thing is, of course, cardiovascular system, which is suffering. And you can easily test that. Go one flight of stairs up and see if you start panting. If you are gasping after going up one flight of stairs, you are in real danger. Your cardiovascular health is not there, my friend. And fortunately, this is something that is very easily trainable. So as soon as you start moving your body a little bit more, you will start seeing the kind of opposite effect. The body will heal itself. Fortunately, our body is I don't know, like a wonderful thing which we mostly know very little about. But what we're sure about is that its ability to heal itself. So there are, of course, some things that it can't heal, but mostly your immunity and your like cardiovascular system will come back online as soon as you're starting taking good care of yourself. And this is what we're going to be doing today. All the exercises in this workout today are specifically designed to counteract those effects that I have just explained to you. And I will point them out as we go through the exercise demonstrations. So let's move to that part, and I will maybe tell you more as we go through the motions, through the workout. So let's not drag it forever, because I have something else planned for the evening. Hope you do. So for this workout, you will need either a single kettlebell with challenging weight, or, and challenging, I mean, ladies start with 8 to 12 kilograms, and gentlemen start with 12 to 16. This is just the starting weight which you can try, and if it feels too light, then go one weight up. And the dumbbells. Dumbbells, typically use what you have. The point of this workout is to make use of what we already have, right? So if you only have those small, tiny little dumbbells, like 1 kg, 2 kgs, go ahead, use them. Leave your ego at the door. Doing something is better than doing nothing. And don't like promise to yourself that you will go exercise tomorrow. Do it with me right now. No excuses. I will also show you body weight alternatives for all those exercises. So literally there is no excuse. Get yourself like 2 square meters of free space. If you have a jump rope, use it. If you don't have a jump rope, instead of jumping rope, do either jumping jacks or jog in place. That's a valid replacement. You will still get pretty much the same benefits for your feet and for your knees and for all those posture benefits. But it's a bit more boring, of course, than using jump rope. Jump rope is much more fun. So I totally recommend you that. And by the way, if you don't have a decent jump rope, let's make it a raffle. If what you can do right now is go into the chat and write, I want a rope. And if we have like less than 3 of those requests, I will mail them to you for free. If we have more, then we will do a raffle. And raffle 3 jump ropes of a very decent quality, branded to Full Stack Fitness. So yeah, another incentive for you to do those workouts with me. So dumbbells or kettlebells or body weight, jump rope if you have. If you don't, no matter. If we can do it body weight only. So yeah, now let's go through the exercises. So of course, in order to wake up your dormant glutes, dormant bum muscles, we will need some sort of a squat, because what your bum muscles do, they help to extend our hips to stand all the way up. It's one of the main functions. So in order to exercise your glute muscles, we will need some sort of a squat or hip hinge. And since we are typically doing more of a hip hinge moves, this time we're gonna be doing goblet squat. And goblet squat is you take your weight into this goblet position in front of you, and you can either hold it close to yourself or a bit away from your body. The more it's away, the more challenging it becomes. And feet shoulder width apart, pointing straightly, like straight forward. And you go into this deep ass to the grass position and focus on keeping your heels on the ground. And if you can't go as deep as I can, just go as deep as it goes, basically. And just try, if the only range of motion you have is like this much, go this much. This is quite okay. So continue is this in this range of motion, and eventually the weight will allow you to go deeper and deeper with every rep, and eventually you will end up in this ass to the grass situation, which is perfect for, like, it has, we can make a separate video about that. That's a wonder of its own. But anyway, in the very top position, what you would do is you would focus on squeezing your bum muscles and pulling your kneecaps all the way up to engage your quads. And if you don't have any weight, basically same thing as you can imagine with the dumbbell. So you take it into this goblet position and you go all the way down and all the way up. You can have two if you want more weight, or you have two dumbbells. Go with two and have this neutral grip, clean them to your shoulders, and do this kind of a more like a front or back squat type of movement. Now this is squat, and of course if you don't have any weight, just go for a body weight squat. Same thing, focus on going slow. You're not doing it for reps, but for quality. Focus on the muscle contraction on the top, and don't stay down for too long. So you want it to be slow, but you don't want to, fall all the way down in a second and then sit there for a minute. That's not what we're after. So we are looking to go slowly up, fully extend your hips, squeeze your bum muscles, squeeze your quads, squeeze your core. This is your top position. And then slowly go down again and up immediately. One more way to increase difficulty is focus on the difficulty of the body weight version. And as soon as you feel like there is always this, in this range of motion, there is always this hardest part. So once you get to the hardest part, around somewhere here, you can consider not going all the way down, but stay in this, like, bounce in this hardest portion of the range of motion. That will make your quads and glutes go on fire totally. So use this as a tool to make this harder while doing the body weight version. Now we will have rows. A row. So you go again, shoulder width. You hinge your hips back. You lean on one forearm. Use your knee and your forearm to lean upon it, and then the second hand is gonna be doing the row. And you row your fitness implement, either kettlebell or dumbbell, same exact stuff, and row it to your waist level. I will show you on this side. So nice and firm. If you have a couch to lean upon, do that. If you don't, just use your knee and row it to your waistline. Focus on your back muscles contracting. And what this does, it will eventually, over time, develop your back muscles to such a degree that you will effortlessly be able to maintain this proud chest and wide shoulders posture, which immediately sends all the guys and girls around the signal that you have stopped being a sheep and became a lion. Okay, so this plays this psychological role in the way how you perceive yourself and how confident you are in a social setting. So, and of course it counteracts this posture. No questions here. Now, then we will have a Turkish sit-up, which is well, I will demonstrate it. It's a typical crunch. It's your regular kind of crunch, but with added weight. So this abdominal crunch, but the way you would do it is you would press the dumbbell up and your knees are 90 degrees firmly on the ground, flat on the ground, and you are pressing your fitness implement in front of you, and now you are doing the crunch, and the weight, as you can imagine, goes all the way up. So this is the way to do it. So you are bringing your chest to your knees and then press the dumbbell up, and then you go down. If that feels too challenging, because in this setting, one side of your core is going to be working really hard over time, it will go on fire totally. The way to make this easier is to grab it with both hands. So this way. Then both sides of your core will be functioning symmetrically, and that will make it much, much easier. But of course, with the expense of developing your core muscles. But that's not a big deal, because in the very beginning, you just want to get used to the motions. And I will show both versions to you with the kettlebell and with the dumbbell. And I will do single-sided version with the dumbbell, and then two-arm version with the kettlebell. And what this does is it helps you train those. So stretching is one thing, hip flexors, but then training them to be mighty is another thing. And of course, it's a core exercise, so it will make your abdominals, first of all, pop out more, so that you can attract your potential partners better. And then also it will, of course, counteract again this hunched posture from sitting, because what it actually does, since you are not standing all the day, your core muscles become weaker and weaker because you are not using them. So that what it does essentially is makes you injury-free for the rest of your life. And as you may know, core is involved in all the movement your body does. Every single little movement, your core is engaged. And by exercising core, you will start seeing results very, very soon. So, yeah, let's not drag this anymore. Now, then we have, so we have goblet squat, we have those rows, single arm rows, or what I'm gonna be doing is the ballistic row. And ballistic row is just this playful version of the same thing. So it's like, looks like this. So it's a ballistic row. Now Turkish sit-up, and for the body weight version, you just do regular crunches, regular sit-ups. And maybe try doing this with reaching up with your arms, because that makes it more challenging. And then we will also, the last exercise we will have is the overhead press. And like I said, the overhead press, so first you clean your dumbbell to your shoulder level, and now you press it above your head by rotating the shoulder joint and pressing it up. And the cue to make sure that you're doing this motion just right is show me your armpit. So if your armpit is looking forward, then you are doing it all right. And then reverse the motion, think about pinky looking forward. So bringing pinky forward and then rotate it back to this shoulder height position. And then do it again and again. If you have two dumbbells, do it symmetrically or switch the arms in the middle. I will show both versions again. And if you are doing body weight, the way to replace this overhead press is by doing pike push-ups. And pike push-ups is going into the spike position. Stay on your tiptoes. Let me show it to you. Better going on the tiptoes, and then you get all the way down to hit, to touch the ground with your forehead, and then you extend your hips back. And focus on doing this, like bringing your forehead more towards your knees, so that you are truly pressing overhead and not in front of you. Try doing that. So this is the body weight version of this. Let's get to the workout itself. And yeah, so those exercises, as you can see, as always, they are not random. Each one of them addresses some part of this problem, like this overhead press, for example. It exercises your shoulder stability, it exercises your chest, and then it also exercises those upper back muscles, like your traps and rhomboids, to fix your zombie neck. And quads exercise your glutes and your quads and your core at the same time. So they contract sitting directly. They help you stand upright all the way up. And all those leg exercises will also prevent you from having this runner's knee, jumper's knee, and all that weird stuff later in your athletic journey if you choose to have one. Then Turkish sit-up is a total abdominal destroyer. It will bring you this hardcore core. Yeah. So one of the best for developing this core, when done correctly. Focus on moving slowly, mind-muscle connection, not going for quantity, but for quality. So, yeah, and the row, of course, exercises your back muscles and counteract this hunch posture directly. So it helps you keep your shoulder blades together and have this power posture that conveys confidence. Yes, so let me now turn on the timers and the music, and let's get going. Unfortunately, those of you on a vertical live will not have music, but we will figure something out next time. So still consider subscribing. Yeah. Yep. So for some reason we don't. Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like it didn't have sound for a while, for some reason. But anyway, now we have it. Get ready, guys. For those of you not having a jump rope, just go jog in place or do jumping jacks. And if you can go fast, but that's not the point. Jump with your current skill level. Keep your water bottle handy. Stay hydrated. Goblet squat. I'm worried that you guys don't have a music, but let's do it anyway, even without the music. I promise to fix it next time. Ballistic row. Focus on pulling with your back muscles, not with your arm. If you mess it up, just get to jumping again. It doesn't mean anything. Whew. This is the single hand version, and you would change your hands in the middle right about now to allow for the even core development on both sides. If you have a little bit extra time, consider learning one of those footwork tricks, you know, that will make your workout so much more fun. And basically there is no going back after that. You will want to learn more and more of those. And the effective way of doing that is go check out shorts on this channel. Same motion with the kettlebell. Rotate your shoulder and press all the way up. Switch in the middle, right about now. Safely return the bell. One set done, one more to go. And because we have some of those no music workouts on this channel, I think it makes sense. So if you have found yourself in a place where you don't hear the music for some reason, go put your own headphones on, get your own music going. Nothing wrong with that, it's even better. And then you can just follow my lead visually. liking the content helps us put more effort into all this stuff. Goblet squats. With a dumbbell this time. It's a bit tricky to do with this type of dumbbell because those clips, they are not very secure, so make sure it's not falling down on you, that they will not disassemble. Alternative way is to grab it this way. Same exact motion, same exact weight. As you can see, this workout is very much compact, so you don't need a ton of place to do it. This is my real living room, by the way, and I'm not even moving any furniture around. Just rotate this mat and I'm good to go. Yeah, let's show it with a single hand row. You need to switch in the middle. I think right about now. Nice and slow. Maximum muscle contraction. The smaller the weight, the slower you should be moving. To make sure that your muscle is loaded throughout the entire range of motion. Even for those advanced jump rope tricks like 360 turns, the only thing you need is like 2 square meters, literally. Let me show you. This is 180. This is 360. Put on some good music, dance to it. A couple more and we're done. Overhead press with 2 dumbbells. Open the shoulder and press it up. Now pinkies forward and back to this neutral grip position. Show me your armpits. Last interval, guys. Give it all you got. If you still have gas in the tank, go all in. Make it a finisher. Yeah. We did it, people. We did it again, together. Yeah, that was nice. Let me turn the music off and at least I can hear it. Yeah. So, as you can see, I'm gasped out. I'm sweating like crazy, even though it's not. It shouldn't be considered a direct confirmation of the workout efficiency, but still, it gives you kind of a hint. If there is one workout where you're not sweating, and then there's the other one where you're sweating like crazy, then there is a difference between them. And of course it depends on your goals, because most of the strength training workouts, for example, those are not fatiguing, and you naturally stay fresh throughout them, so there's no sweat, no tear. Oh well, there might be tears, but no sweat, because you are not going high intensity. This is actually like not fatiguing, kind of low intensity work, which is different from what we do here. And of course this workout has strength component to it, and but it also has all the other components like cardiovascular conditioning and
this interval work, like high intensity style of delivery, because I sincerely believe that this is the best type of workout. This is a hybrid workout which combines cardio and strength work. This is the type of workout that every normal person like you and me should be doing on a daily basis. So you can do some other workouts, of course, like separate strength work or separate isolation, like for core or biceps if you want like bigger biceps. Go ahead, do it, but make sure you do at least 3 of this type of workouts in a week to give you this nice foundation of an athletic kind of abilities that you can then use for more focused strength work or like muscle hypertrophy work, because you definitely need a strong heart and a rock solid core so that you can work safely. Like for example, this, if you take this bicep curl, what I see many young pals do, they start, they grab the biggest weight they can possibly lift, and then they do like, and then they overextend their back, and eventually on like number 5, their lower back snaps and they go, you know, lying on a couch, end up in the ambulance and out of training for weeks and weeks and weeks. Don't allow this to happen to you, and this movement, of course, like having a much heavier weight than you can handle is not advised, but then if that same person would have a rock solid core, it would make him much more stable, and it will still allow to do this kind of a ballistic curls like safely, because your body stays exactly, you're not swinging, you're not endangering your lower back. So it makes all the difference, believe me, and especially the people who benefit most from those workouts are of course people in technology, like software developers, project managers, product managers, designers, entrepreneurs, CEOs, CTOs, all you beautiful people out there. So just know that I see you and I hear you. Yeah, we have to finish this for today, and right now I will really quickly see if we have any meaningful questions that need my answers in the chat, and just in case something goes wrong again, consider subscribing. That helps us make more of this stuff. Don't miss out on checking out the free guide that you can grab by scanning this QR code or checking the link in the description. So yeah, let's make it this way. Yep, so we don't have any questions in the horizontal stream, and yeah, we have a lot going on in this vertical stream. Yeah, a bunch of people said hi. Hi to all of you beautiful people out there. Yeah, I want a rope. Taylor, I will make sure to tag you in the comments, and so that we can connect, and I will get you the rope. how heavy is the bell? So the kettlebell was 16 kg, and you can say it by seeing the yellow mark on the side, on the horns. So this is a competition kettlebell of 16 kilograms, but you have to pick the right way for yourself. It has to be challenging enough, but not overwhelming. Especially for those exercises like Turkish sit-up, where you can't just, you won't be able to even lift yourself if the weight is too heavy. So go slow, ramp up slowly. The dumbbells are 10 kg each. This is just the heaviest I have, and I prefer kettlebells, so I have much heavier ones for my strength workouts. Yeah, David, bonjour, my friend. Yeah, so that was the only question that needed answering, and the jump rope is going to Taylor, and since he is the only one who designated to have a free jump rope, I will let you pick up the color as well. So, and it would be much easier if you, Taylor, just go into the channel description, into the bio basically, and you can find my email there. If you just email me directly, that would be the easiest way to hit me, and we can arrange the delivery from there, okay? Otherwise, I will tag you in the comments, and we can continue from there. So, good luck everyone, see you next week. We're still kind of, as you can see, we're trying to make this better for you people. Today we're doing those like two streams at the same time, which kind of inevitably, I don't know what I expected, but as you can see, it kind of caused a lot of those nuances with music and sound and whatnot, but we're trying to make it better, we're trying to figure it all out, and it just takes time, okay? And with your support and with your constant attendance, I see familiar faces in the chat every week. So yeah, it's just as long as you continue showing up, we will be doing this show, and make sure to make it better and better every week, and hopefully we can, you know, do something more stable, let's say, and more available for everyone next time. I will be working really hard this week to make sure next week's Friday workout should work just nicely, so that everyone has music and all those timers and everything. And yeah, at the same time we are working on making those timers available on vertical streams as well. So yeah, just to, you know, show some support, consider subscribing and hitting that like button. And otherwise, I'm seeing all the love you're sending my way, and again, that wouldn't be possible without your support. So thank you all, beautiful people. See you next week, 4 p.m. Eastern European time, or Eastern European summertime. Don't miss it, and if you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, because that way you will get notification. So thank you guys again, and see you next Friday. That was awesome. Bye bye.